Shoobity doo 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 wop. Skibbity doop a doo wop. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Sipping on my coffee. Waiting for people to show up. Toodly toodly too. What a day yesterday was. What a day. What a week this has been. This has been it's been a really good week for me, man. I feel like I'm back in the game. What's up? Hello. Good morning. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Very, very sober ideology today. I know those are rare, but I'm gonna take a little tea break. I was gonna go to the pot shop this morning, re-up, grab myself some J's and some weed and stuff. And I was like, man, I've been feeling a little like different lately in terms of my mental state, maybe new medications that I'm on. But I feel like it's more of like I'm doing it out of habit rather than to like relieve tension or put myself in a different headspace or the things I usually use weed for. And so I just wanted to take a couple of days, maybe the rest of this week or something, and see how it feels, because I got to be honest with you, like, smoking joint after joint after joint ain't the most fucking healthy thing in the world. Hello, how are you doing, Nick? Good morning. Guten Morgen. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, but I've had a good week. I hope you guys have had a good week. Are you noticing any withdrawal symptoms? No. Well, no, I smoked yesterday, but I woke up today and I was like, I've got a little bit of bud, but I was going to go to the pot shop and I was like, you know what? I kind of don't want to. I'm going to see. We'll do a show tonight. A part of it is I think I worry because I smoke so much, that I'm not going to be fun or funny on the show. But I got to be honest with you. I'm willing to try it out, because I feel like I'm connected and I feel like I'm okay. I'm not as like keyed up or, obviously high as I maybe would be. But otherwise, I think I'm okay. Good morning, Brenton. Did your doctor say you might not feel like smoking after a while? Yes. Yeah, my doctor said that I might not feel the need to smoke as much weed because, the mood stabilizer that I'm on might help to balance out some of the things that I'm medicating, right? But I've been doing it for so long that it's almost like it's just habit, you know? And so I was like, today I decided, hey, dude, if I get through the show tonight or whatever, get to the end of the day and I really feel like I want to have a J, I'll go to the pot shop and get myself some weed. I'm not trying to like, I'm not real super interested in like quitting. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just, I want to see how I feel. I want to see what my brain chemistry does on these new meds without having to, you know, without having to without the weed. You sound younger and more upbeat for some reason. Well, this is something that I talked about a little bit, Femboy, is that one of the things that this medication does is it slows my thought process. It doesn't slow it, like dampen it, but it makes me able to focus on one thing at once. And my brain is like a fucking wildfire sometimes. And it's like I have a billion different questions, a billion different comments. And I find it hard to listen. I find it hard to connect. And I find it hard to stay on topic sometimes. More like, and I asked my doctor, I was like, I'm not trying to self-diagnose ADHD. And she was like, no. My doctor was like, no, the symptoms that you're describing, I'm, obviously not a diagnostician when it comes to medical or mental health stuff, because this is just my primary care doctor. But they said, I studied this and you're not talking to me like ADHD. What you're describing is bipolar. And I said, okay, But ultimately speaking, I'm just the thing that I think is in the back of my mind is that like people aren't gonna like me because I'm still the same guy. I got the same sense of humor and stuff, but I talk slower now, and maybe might be a little quieter, a little less irascible, and I'm hoping that that doesn't make my performance less interesting to people, like performance nominally, right? Because I don't really do much. Well, I do, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard to explain. But anyway, that's my. I'm not real scared of it. I'm just a little worried that people are going to react poorly to me because the illness that I have, whatever it is, like I'm not a self-diagnosis guy, but the illness that I have, I've learned over my whole life to draw upon certain aspects of that illness. So I use some of that mania, I use some of that depression, I use some of that dismal kind of thing that I go through, and I try and make it fun or funny. And I'm not saying I'm fucking 100% better or anything. I still have these like little wibbles, but this week I've really seen a difference in myself. The medication has helped me. I was so productive this week, and I don't even feel like I went overboard, mania wise. Like I was very manic this week, but I also don't feel like it was mania that stopped me. Like a lot of times my mania will stop me from getting things done because I can't focus on one thing long enough. My brain is going here, my brain is going there. This week, I did more writing this week than I've done in the last 3 years. In 1 week, I wrote more than I have written in the last 3 years of my life. If I took everything that I wrote in the last 3 years and piled it all up, it wouldn't even come close. And it was just flowing out of me, and I was able to really connect up with it. And I understand too, there's placebo effects and stuff like that, but the medication that I was put on works immediately. So I'm really trying to like take stock of my mental state. But right now, it's like now, right? I'll give you guys an example. Right now, the back of my brain would be, I need a joint, man. I haven't even smoked this morning. I need a joint. I don't feel that way. It's like this morning I was like, let me go get a joint. And I was like, why? Out of habit? Because you just want to sit here and smoke a joint? And, I do like smoking. It's pleasurable to me, but it's like, do you really want it right now? And the answer was no. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's see how that goes for a day then. Let's try, I'm not going to re-up, see how it goes. But that's it, right? I like it. I think it's a positive change. You sound like your thought process is more orderly and like you can communicate better. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, is that I feel like I can communicate a little easier. I've learned to communicate in my own way, and I think that's part of why you guys like me, is that my communication's a little disjointed, but honestly, it's not an easy thing in my life to be misunderstood a lot, or to be misquoted, or to be misattributed, right? But I think that I'm to blame for a lot of that because I'm here, I'm there, I'm up, I'm down, right? And I think I've attributed a lot to malice in some cases, maybe, to what is just kind of a natural reaction to me. I can be a little overwhelming, I think. Not in a bad way, but just in a fucking like manic way. And so, yeah, I don't know. If your chat with Goat versus Fish is any indication, I think you'll be fine on the show. That's what Amelia was telling me last night. She was like, you had me, you had Trevor the Viking, you had Michael laughing all day, and if that's any indication, you're fine. And I was like, you know what, baby, you're probably right. you know, I'm just worried, man, because I'm really tinkering now with something that I have used my whole life in order to augment my performance. I grab that mania and I write it. And it's not like it's inaccessible to me, but it's, yeah, like Femboy said, it's orderly. Once me and my husband started meds, we quit weed. We just didn't want it. Same with drinking. Yeah. Who quits weed? I'm not quitting weed, though. I didn't say quit. I said I'm going to take a little tea break here. To maybe finish out the week and see how I feel at the end of the week after not smoking, 69 viewers, bro. Free Diddy. Diddy's free. Diddy didn't do it. You guys didn't hear the news? Diddy's coming home. Time served, man. Diddy's coming home. If he's not home already, he's coming home. Diddy didn't. So you ain't got to do it. You ain't got to worry about it. Diddy didn't do it. Diddy didn't do it. Diddy wouldn't do it. Ugh. I didn't feel like doing my hair this morning, so I'm just letting it go. I'm wearing a hat today. Fuck you, okay? I'm wearing a hat because I didn't feel like doing anything with this mop. I need to go and get my hair cut. I've reached the point now where I'm starting to feel like it's getting shaggy. Time to go get Nick to trim me back up. Trim me back up, Nick. In fact, you know what? So I don't forget, I'm going to make my appointment right now. I'm going to make my appointment right now. With Nick the Barber, my barber. Yep, yes. Where's Nick? Yes, the Barbershop Society. This is what we want. I would like to book now. Yes, I need a style cut. Except the cookies. That's fine. I need a style cut. And also a beard trim. Basic. Boop. Give me the beard trim. Put it on there. 56, yes. Nick, I need a beard trim and a style cut. Choose a time. Okay, July. What is today? Can you guys give me the date today so I don't have to fucking go look? I want a trusted source. What is today's date? I need today's date. It's the 22nd. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. I'm thinking the 26th, Saturday. What do you guys think? The 26th? What's the next time? 29th, Tuesday. Okay, because these are blacked out. Okay, I got it. I think I do. I don't want to do this wrong. I usually ask Amelia, but I think I do Wednesday, maybe. Wednesday, and he's got a 12:30 p.m. Wednesday. I think that's the. Do we do anything? We're not live on a Wednesday, and this would be next week, Wednesday. And it's 12:30. So if I get over there to Nick, it's only an hour, 1:30, and then it's 10 minutes home. So I'll be home if we are filming. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Go to checkout. Your order. Yeah. Continue. Cancellation policy. You have until 9 p.m. July 30th to cancel this appointment without being charged. Yes, sir. I will pay in person. Paul. Parkey. And right here. A good old email address. Got it. Done. Make sure. Got it. Book me. Saturday, right? Hold on. Confirm booking. Saturday. Book. Processing. Success. And I should get an email telling me, yes. Style cut. Yeah, I don't need that. Yes, style cut, confirmation code, July 30th, 12:30 p.m. Done. Thank you. Sorry, that was lame, but it had to happen. 40th of the 26th month of the year 3000. In the year 2000. He does work Saturday, but he was booked through the rest of this week. And I usually have to book a week out. And so, yeah, next Wednesday we'll go in and we'll get trimmed up. I'll get Nick to fucking make me look beautiful again. Seems like the last few months have been really good to you. Put a smile on my face. Maybe not the last few months, man, but the last few weeks have been really important to me because I've had some really, not to get too personal and private, I had some breakthroughs, in my own personal stuff. Not huge, not earth shattering, but just some realizations about myself and some really deep discussions with my wife, and some real honesty about like things that I've come to realize about myself and stuff. And it's helped. It's helped because I think I've taken a small step. I'll talk to you guys about something. I really want to talk to you guys about something because this has been on my mind, not in a bad way, just in an interesting, I'm thinking about it way. And I want you guys to follow along with me. Hey, Sigrid, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Sigrid, of course, one of the masterminds behind the Thunderdome. One of my favorite places to chill when I'm just kind of maxing out in the content dungeon. Throw up that link if you want, Sigrid. Hey, new people are always, yeah, thank you for the vibes. Yeah, and link your, give them a little fucking link if you want. You guys are allowed to do that anytime you want. I'll tell you that much. I like you guys over there, man. You guys, get a little new blood in there. Yeah, lay it on them. Let them get a little click. If you want. You don't have to if you don't want, Sigrid. I'm not trying to. I just like the dome, man. I like the dome over there. Thunderdome's fun. Hey, there it is. Othello's got it. Yeah, Othello saved. Thank you, Othello. That's a good thing you done. That's initiative right there. That's a good thing you done. But yeah, no. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about a little something. Sexuality, if that's okay. I know people don't like to, it's a little TMI kind of thing sometimes. There's a thing that I do, and those of you that will, that have watched me for a long time, and this is deeper seated, and I'm not going to go all the way in it, but there's a thing I do that I learned when I was younger, growing up in a time where homophobia was more dangerous, maybe, and more widespread. And it's a masking technique, I guess, called hypermasculinity, right? And I've been thinking about this a lot. It's like when, so you guys know the Velma thing, the Velma segment on Onion Nuggets, where TJ will pull up kind of like a Velma cosplayer, and then I will go through and objectify the cosplayer. I'll talk about the cosplayer's breasts. I'll talk about the cosplayer's butt and whatever, their face, right? And I'll speak in a very hyper masculine male kind of, oh, look at them tits, look at that, right? And I'm not super bothered by that segment. I'm not trying to make it like that, but it is something that I've come to terms with, really maybe in the last couple of months, that it's like something I can discard. It's something that I can discard because I don't need to do it anymore. Because I will tell you guys, and you can believe this or not, I'm not that guy in my life. I'm not the guy that sees like a bodacious woman walking down the street and I'm like, whoa, ooh, oh, I appreciate, I'm not telling you I don't look, but I'm never that guy. Never that guy that's like, look at that big fat ass. That's not me. And it's never been me. I'll tell you that much. That like I've never been, even back when I was like a teenager, you're all hormonal and stuff. I was never like, oh my God, look at that ass, look at them titties. Oh. I don't experience sexuality in that way. Does that make sense? And do you understand? Like I'm trying to make sure I'm making sense because You know, the reason why I did it was because I learned it, right? I learned it when I was young. This is what guys do. This is what guys that are only into chicks do. I haven't told the guys about this, but I don't want to do the Velma segment anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore, you know? It's not because I think it's necessarily wrong, but it's fake. It's me putting on this hyper masculinity thing, and I'm not like that. I'm not, you know, I guess I'm kind of a masculine dude, but I'm not that way. I'd never been a wolf whistle guy, never been a god. Maybe when I was a teenager, but it's like a learned behavior. Does that make sense? And I don't want to do it anymore. You know, I just don't care to do it anymore because it's fake. I have to put on a fake thing. I have to go like, oh yeah, look at it, big old fat. Yeah. I'm just not like that. I got no problem with people who are, but I'm not. I don't experience sexuality in that manner. I never have. I'm not like visually drawn as the same way that dudes are, and I certainly am not the type of person that feels the need to comment about it. Ever. Really. So I'm not gonna anymore, you know? And that felt good because I feel like it's like you go through your life, right? You got all these things that like I hid that I'm a bi guy till I was 38, right? I hid it from the world. I lied, I cheated, I pretended. And it's like now that I'm out, I've been out since 38, I'm 45 now. I'm starting to realize that there are other things about it. It's not just saying it and admitting it and coming out about it. It's more about like, okay, well, here are the things that I've developed over time to mask this truth about myself. Why do I do these things still, right? And it took me that many years to realize that I'm just carrying around all these things. You know, I'm carrying around all these expectations. Of course, my experience of a woman was different, but I get what you mean. Yeah. Makes total sense. Most men are encouraged by friends or fathers to be like that. Yes. Sounds like you're pandering to what you grew up learning is an acceptable way to be a respectable, manly man. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for sharing with us, Paul. I really do appreciate your vulnerability here. Heart to heart with the guys. No, the guys are not going to fucking have a problem with it. I just haven't had a chance to talk to them. They've been, you know, they've been off this week too. They've been doing their own thing, traveling a little bit. Scotty had his birthday, by the way. So tonight, you guys got to make sure that you shower praise upon the Kaiser because Scotty's birthday. Scotty had his birthday. That's a big birthday too. You know, I think Scotty's pushing 40 now. I don't think he's quite 40 yet, but I think he might 39 or 38. Scotty pushing 40. Did you revert to that mask when talking to Goat versus Fish? I think you asked if he was a tits or ass man. No, it's not just that. I was riffing with Goat versus Fish. So I don't want to I don't want to put you guys under like I don't want to lead you down the primrose path, right? I'm not saying I'm never going to bring it up. I'm not saying I'm never going to joke about it. I'm saying that Velma segment and some of the stuff that I do around when TJ will pull up a chick that's hot or whatever, I'm going to react the way I normally react, right? You're 46. Damn, you're old. No, I'm kidding. A working class job right out of high school, all the men would say stuff like that. Yeah, it is. Well, I won't speak for other men, but for me, it's always been performative. My brain doesn't process sexuality that way, I guess. Do you lick the chocolate starfish? Not if there's any chocolate on it. At AFK a second, sorry. What's with the stream, Mr. Paul? Nobody's causing me grief. I'm just talking, bro. I'm just talking, cigarette. I'm just yakking about, you know, stuff. That's what I do out here. I just talk. I yap, you know. I'm just yapping about my mental state and sexuality and like whatever else fucking has been on my mind, I guess. Is what it is. I'm a yapper. Yap. Coffee. Lukewarm coffee. Pretty cool when we're able to look at ourselves and kind of suss out those threads of social conditioning that don't fit the weave anymore. It definitely doesn't. Yeah, it's like a big anachronism in me. I don't want it anymore. I don't need it. I'm discarding it. Right? I'll joke about it. You know, me with goat versus fish yesterday, we talked a little bit about it. But I was asking him, like, do you have a picture in your mind of the type of woman you want? You know, a voluptuous or got a big butt, little butt? You know, what do you want? You know, that I'm not gonna, I'll ask other people about it. I'll make jokes. It's not gonna be like some big change where I'm gonna be some sexless being, because I'm not. But I'm just not that guy. It's something that I've done my whole life to mask who I really am, you know, and I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not into it that way. So that's all. Do you live in Colorado? No, I live in Washington State, North Washington State, near the Canadian border. Not super near, but, you know, I'm up north. Is capitalism all about consumerism? That mess with our heads in the West? Yeah, of course. I don't know what you're talking about, but I respect the fact that you want to be authentic to yourself. Sometimes that can be scary if you worry about what people will think. But a key to life is not caring about that, or caring about that, not caring about that the right amount. Yeah. No, hey, thanks for saying that. Yeah, that's all I'm not busted up about it. This is not like a super deep-seated problem. It's just something I thought I'd talk to you guys about because, a lot of the people in here watch me a lot. And they see me a lot. And they've seen me at my worst and they see me at my best, and they've seen me going through whatever it is I'm going through here, this mental health journey thing or whatever it is, right? I hate the journey term, but I guess that's what it be. I don't know, man. I'm just talking. I might have to go get myself another coffee. I think do I want another coffee? I just want water. I'm going to go get myself a cup of water so I can hydrate, I need hydrations. Yes. Don't forget about the joint. I'm not smoking today. I'm smoking cigarettes and trying to vape in between. I'm not smoking weed today. Now I'm just going to let it chill today. I'm going to let it ride and see how I feel. I feel good right now. Like, I really have not had what I would feel like is a genuine impulse to go smoke right now. Like, I feel fine. I don't feel like unbalanced. I don't feel like manic. Well, I do feel a little manic, but like I'm saying, I don't feel like the mania stuff is making me want to smoke to slow down my process. So I'm just going to chill and see how I feel about it down the road a piece. That glass is magnificent. You ain't kidding, bro. You know where I got this? You guys ever go to a Cost Plus World Market? Cost Plus, that it's kind of a cool place. Got all kinds of like foreign candies and snacks and all kinds of little knickknacks and stuff. You guys ever been to a Cost Plus? I bought this at a Cost Plus for like $5.99. It was on sale. I saw it and I was like, fuck, I gotta have that. I've had the glass now for a few years, probably 10 years. Does it frustrate you that you spent so many years being possibly mistreated for an incorrect diagnosis? No, because it's like, that's No, it doesn't. And I don't think it's mistreated. I think I was being treated partially, right? And I'm not mad about it. I don't think that's a sign of bad doctors or whatever. Mental health is fucking crazy, right? Like, who knows? You have bomb food stuff, tea cakes, candies from all over the world, and all of that. Who's standing behind me? The devil. That's the devil. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't think I have any anymore, but I've done the mason jar thing. Yeah, I think I broke one of my last mason jar, but mason jars are pretty good for that situation. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's your opinion a person is given up on life and just doom scrolls all day till they fall asleep? I don't know. How are you misdiagnosed? Well, I've been treated since I was 13. I'm old, so that's 1993 for depression. Well, I started being treated for depression, right? Because I started to have mental problems around 11 or 12, and my parents took me in at 12, 13. And my first diagnosis was severe depression, and I was given like a Prozac type drug, right? Like a antidepressant. And my whole life, I've been kind of operating under that. Later in my life, I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. And then a little later in my life after that, I was diagnosed with PTSD because I had a horrible thing happen to me when I was a teenager. And that's what I've been kind of running with my whole life. Is like when I go to a new doctor and they go, okay, what about mental health? I say depression, anxiety, PTSD. Here's my medications. Here's the ones that don't work, that I've tried and I know they don't do anything for me. Here's the ones that I've had that maybe help a little bit, right? So it's not the doctor's fault, man. They can't look into your fucking head. And I haven't really known. The thing about the illness that I think I might have is that I didn't know, right? I thought that what that illness was just part of my personality, that that's how I felt all the time, that this is just what I deal with. I go up, I go down. And I didn't know any better, man. I honestly didn't. I hate self-diagnosis. I figured, but no, the misdiagnosis thing, that's just, dude, it's not even a misdiagnosis. Diagnosticians will tell you that diagnosis is ongoing. So it's just like it took this long and it took me to find the right words to tell a doctor, and it took me to be able to figure out what's going on with me, to be able to put two and two together. Filipino snacks and ingredients. Ay, ay Dios mío. I came across your channel and wanted to say thank you for sharing your life with others. I'm struggling with my anxiety and depression today, and I wanted to say stay blessed. Hey, uh, I know how it is to struggle. I struggled my whole life. You just stay with it. You're okay. You're here. Maybe you needed to hear a little something from somebody today. That's cool. I'm glad that you heard something that made you maybe put a little smile on your face, made you feel a little better. But you're going to be okay. You're on the same path I'm on. Sounds like we're kind of similar. It's not that I don't have depression and anxiety. It's just that I think that I was having the symptom treated for a long time. Like that you treat the disease, not the symptom, right? I feel like that just incorrectly my whole life I've been treated for the symptom. That's all. As you say, not misdiagnosed, just a lack of understanding where my mind was at. Childhood trauma. Yeah. Sorry if I missed it. If you said earlier, were you recently diagnosed with something different than depression, anxiety, PTSD? Um, well, I'm not diagnosed yet, but I'm being treated for bipolar disorder. So I'm on a mood stabilizer now. I've never been on a drug like that. I told my doctor how I feel, and she's not a diagnostician, so I have an appointment with a diagnostician soon. But that doesn't mean that maybe I'll get some other diagnosis, but I will tell you, this medication that is specifically for psychotic disorders and bipolar disorders, mood stabilizer, personality disorders as well. And I'm on a relatively low introductory dose to it, and it seems like it's helped me a lot. That's all. Resort to alcohol. I've tried that. It didn't work. Yeah, but it didn't work. You know, I tried drinking it away. In my 20s, I tried to use pills to make it go away. So opiates, smoked weed my whole life. I've done psychedelics. And, you know, sometimes I do those things because I want to have fun, but most of the time it's because I need help. I want to feel differently than I feel. And I don't feel that way right now. To be honest, I feel okay, you know, without any drugs. Well, I mean, nicotine and a little caffeine, but you know what I mean? Like no weed, well, and the prescription, I guess not without any drugs. I'm saying without any recreational drugs. You know, I don't have to drink. I had a couple beers yesterday with Goat versus Fish, smoked a couple J's. You know, that's that. I'm not against that. I'm just saying that today, typically by this point, if I were unmedicated in the way that I am, I would be like, not fiending, but I'd be like, where's my joint, man? Where's my J at? Where'd my J go? And it's like every time I have that little thought, I think, do I really want a J right now? And the answer is no. I feel good. So fuck it. Is self-medication ever the answer with booze or other vices? I don't judge other people, man. Dude, a human life is so complex and scary and hard that I never judge another person for what they do to get from one moment to the next, right? I know it can be destructive to use alcohol in that way, but if that's what a person has to do, I don't judge them. They're sick like I am, right? I'm sick. I know I have illness, right? It's not just a thing. I'm illness. I have an illness. My brain chemistry doesn't work right, and it fucks me all up. And if I can get on a type of drug that'll put me in a place where I can where I can, you know, handle that a little better, then fuck it. You know, I'm gonna try. The doctor told me that if you have more than one major depressive episode in your life, it's a red flag for bipolar. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, because bipolar, you know, bipolarity, they call it bipolar because you're two extremes, right? Mania, right? For me, I don't know how it expresses in other people, but mania for me is I start getting this feeling like I'm unstoppable, right? And that feeling feels real good. You feel up, you feel happy, you feel productive, but you're not, right? You're the opposite of that. Like when I'm feeling productive and like I'm the champion of the world, I'm actually doing basically nothing, right? It's all, I don't know what to call it. It's all mania, right? It's just what mania does to me. And then when that episode ends, right, when I get 2 weeks, 2 months, I crash and it goes super low, and then I don't want to get out of bed for weeks, and I have to, it's like forcing myself to do the things that I love, like work. Like I love this job, whatever it is. I love it. I love my work. I love doing this. I really do. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it. But man, it's like I got to put a gun to my own head to force myself to do it. And that feels awful. And that'll last for months and months and months. And I'm just in this fucking fog, this haze of, you know, and look, I thought that was just me. And it is, but you know, I didn't know that there was a treatment for that. You know, I didn't even think of myself that way. But, you know, I really started confronting it last year, maybe a year and a half ago, close to 2 years ago. I started talking to my dad again, and that put my Uncle Sid back in my life. And my Uncle Sid he's a wonderful guy, but he's mentally ill. He's a bipolar guy, and it runs in my fucking family, okay? And so I saw him and how he's managed and medicated and how he still struggles and how it's gotten worse for him over his life. And I thought, I don't want that for me if I can help it. Not that he's not a wonderful guy. I love him to death. Everybody loves my Uncle Sid, but he also struggles, and I want to try and get on top of it. I want to get on top of it if I can. I don't want that for myself. I want to, if it is in my future that I'm eventually going to need somebody to caretake me or whatever, or watch me to make sure I don't, hurt myself accidentally or fuck up my life or whatever. If that is my future, I accept that, right? And I'll do the best I can with that. But if I can stave that off for another 10, 15, I'll do it, you know? Is our mental illness define us? Maybe. I was hanging out at this chick at a music festival. She was super fun to hang out with. She told me she was bipolar. I wondered if she was in a manic episode. Probably. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing is, like, I know the risks of talking about my mental journey here. There are people that hate me that are going to run with this bipolar thing. It's going to come up over and over and over, right? That's fine. It is what it is. They did the same thing when I said I was a depressive or that I had anxiety disorders, right? Or PTSD. They did the same thing. There are going to be people out there that like, ooh, a juicy little tidbit. Let me use that against him. I never would have said a fucking word if I cared about that. I don't care about that. There are people out there that are going to judge you. I made a point in my life a long time ago to say what I think and to be honest about myself to the extent that it is safe to be. And I do that. So there are other people out here. There are people with my diagnosis listening to me right now. And maybe they haven't heard somebody talk about bipolar in an open and honest way. And that maybe that helps. I don't care. I don't care about the blowback I get. I don't care about nasty people. I meditate. Yes, I do mindfulness meditation, and I've been practicing for about 20 years. It's okay. I'm fine with it. Judging people for their mental health is just reprehensible. Well, especially judging people for their mental health when they're a person like me who is just honest about it. Like when I say something fucked up, you guys have heard me. If I have a bad mental health day and I say something I don't mean, I go apologize. I come back, I'm contrite about it. I never make it an excuse. I never go like, well, you can't hold me to that because I was sick. No, dude, no. That's not what mental illness is. It's not an excuse to be a dick. So that's not why I bring it up. I don't bring it up to excuse poor behavior or maladaptive behavior or disorderly behavior, right? No, that's not what I'm about. I talk about it because I want people to know who I am, and I want to, if there's people out there that struggle with some similar things, I want them to have a place where they get to hear it one time. That's all. I gotta pee. These chickens, though. These little chickens. These little chickens. Does determinism mean you can still judge people, or does just do so? I don't know, man. I don't know. What's your opinion on adults who can't keep a straight face when hearing the word Uranus? Sorry. You look as if you're in a cool environment. It's 99 degrees here. Heat index between 108 and 112. Wish I was there along with the peace of the woods and wildlife behind you. Yeah, man. Well, I'm way up north, you know. I used to live down in the shit though. I'm from the Central Valley of Cali. And so like last summer it was 108 every fucking day, all day, baby. But now I need a beanie. It's cold. I actually like opened my windows and I put the fans in. And I woke up this morning. I was like, what the fuck? I looked in the house. It was 66 degrees. I was like, oh, you know, closed up the windows. It's going to be 80 today. But once again, that's the weather reports are usually not right for me because I'm not actually in the city that I do the weather reports from. Slow cooking. You hate slow cooking? Did living in Louisiana negatively impact your mental health? Probably, but like, honestly, I don't blame Louisiana, right? I would have been fucked up in any state, so it's probably not. But yeah, I mean, Louisiana wasn't good for me. Probably wasn't a good time in my life anyway. I mean, a lot of good things happen, but a lot of tragedy, a lot of bad things, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of insecurity, like financial insecurity and otherwise, right? And so, you know, I don't put all those things on Louisiana. I was feeling that way because of what was going on in my life, but, you know, I don't exactly have the best memories of that point either. So I'd kill for a lack of humidity right now. I don't have that. It's humid as fuck here. I mean, I live in a rainforest, so it's just cold. It's humid and cold. How's that? It's the woods or the wall, and I chose the woods. Upstate New York, Adirondack foothills, house on the edge of the forest. Deer walk through every fall. Nothing better. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm right up under the canopy of the forest. And I'm fenced in here, so I don't get deer in my backyard, but I see them all the time driving around here. I'll take a 66-80 split anytime. Yeah, California has become unbearable. I was in Santa Monica, born there. In Florida now, so different. I miss the West Coast. People are, yeah. I don't like the East Coast at all. I like going there, visiting or whatever, but I wouldn't be able to. I'm a West Coast guy. You know, born and raised California. You just can't. I can't imagine not being out west at this point. It's the way I am. You're a Taoist, right, Paul? Does that mean you go to meetings with other Taoists, or you worship privately? I worship privately. Yeah, I mean, there's not a Taoist temple within 70 or 80 miles of me, so you know it would be a pretty big commitment for me to go to a temple. I'm not really interested in going to a temple. I'm a privately practicing Taoist, and I practice my own way too. I'm not really interested in learning the right way if such a thing exists. You have an air gun to squirrel hunt? I have guns, but I don't hunt with them. The Atlantic Ocean is pretty gross. No, babe. No way but woo way. Yeah. No way but woo way. Is that like a Buddhist? It's a dharmic religion. It's an Eastern dharmic religion. So it shares etymology with Hinduism, Buddhism. Yeah. It's a little older than modern Buddhism. It's more contemporary with Confucianism, if that means anything to you. But it's an Eastern dharmic religion. A big hot dog could get in my belly button. I don't have a very deep belly button, man. It's like probably one dog. I'd say like one standard sized dog will go in there, but I don't think you could get two. Where are you from? From Cali, living in Washington. Been a really long, difficult road with my mom's bipolar. I still struggle to navigate, but I love her so damn much, even though it can be so fucking hard with her sometimes. I never give up on her, though, ever. Well, I mean, she's very lucky to have somebody like you in her life. And, from that side, I know she appreciates that you love her despite her challenges. I know I appreciate the fuck out of my wife. I mean, I'm not mean to her ever, but I'm fucked up. There's days where I'm just so moody and inconsolable, and there are days where I'm just so done, and I feel awful, that she has to see that radiating off of me. But she loves me so much. I can just feel that, and I love her so much that she accepts that about me. I'm getting Ted Kaczynski'd right now. Am I bald? Nope. I just didn't want to do my hair today. But yeah, no, I'm far from bald. Just cold. Don't smoke, don't smoke. I'm gonna. No, it's okay. I get it. There's a lot of bald dudes that'll hide their bald with a hat, but I ain't one. I got 99 problems and a bald ain't one. Hit me. If you got bald problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and a bald ain't one. Hit me. I'm not Tim Pool. Yeah. I'm not Tim Pooling it. I'm just cold and I didn't want to do my hair up. I don't want to put a bunch of pomade in my hair, and it was being unruly. So instead, I put a hat on it and I booked a barber's appointment to get a trim up. Because it's time, homies. Time for a trim. Time to go let Nick do his magic on my head. Get this cut looking good again. I'm on the East Coast. Hey, okay. Man, I grow a fro and I'm always cutting it down. I'm almost bald. Sick. I wish I could grow a fro, but hair textures. And I ain't got it. I ain't got the right thing up there. What is a bald eagle called bald eagle when it's clearly not bald? Because his head is white and his body is brown. And so it looks like just from an appearance standpoint, it looks like he's bald on his head because his head is white and the rest of him is brown. I saw a bald eagle the other day, real close. I was driving out of this neighborhood and he came swooping down. I was like, whoa, majestic. Yeah, mental illness can isolate you this way. It takes a special kind of relationship to see you for who you truly are and look beyond the illness. A lucky man to find a woman like that. Yes. Yes. No, it's true. It's very true. There are times when I'm really down on myself where I feel like I should just be alone because, I'm fucked up and I'm hard to deal with and I don't make sense sometimes, and I get in these states where it's like I'm inconsolable, and I really, by all rights, I got a hair in my face, and it's driving me fucking nuts. I really, by all rights, should be fucking alone. Sometimes I'll think that about myself, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think I'm a good partner. I think I deserve to have somebody. I just don't know that I deserve the somebody that I have. I don't know if I'm worthy of her, but I'm not saying that depressively. She's just wonderful to me. She's amazing, and she loves me. And whatever I did to deserve that, I try and give it back the best way I know how. How do you feel when you're able to speak out like this with an online audience? You feel kind of stress relief? Nah, I mean, maybe a little. maybe a little. Like, I don't know. I do this like it's like compulsory for me. Not compulsory, like I have to, but it just feels right. And maybe I do need to process things a little bit and know that other people are hearing it. Maybe. I never connected up with it that way, though. I just genuinely, for years and years, for a long time, I've loved this. I don't know why. You know, I don't know. I don't know that I can connect up with why. I don't know. I don't know why. But I do love it. Mm. How'd you know you wanted to marry your wife? I'm in a relationship right now, but I don't think it's going to last. Yeah, man. You know, Amelia and I got together right before COVID. It was like a big cosmic joke, but it was also like a big pressure cooker, right? Because it's like we met online, we were friends for months, you know, and then she came to me. She came to Louisiana where I was living to stay with me for a while, maybe forever. And then COVID happened and we were locked in together, right? So I can't take her on dates. I can't show her around Louisiana. We can't do all these things that couples usually do when they first get together. So we're locked in, right? And we had nobody but each other to soundboard off of. And it could have went one way or the other. It could have went like, holy fuck, this ain't working. And as soon as COVID's over, we go our separate ways. Or it was like, holy fuck, this works. Like we're going through this weird time, right? Where we can't go outside for whatever reason and we're okay. Like we love like we're in love. That's what it was. It's like we got enough into that and I just realized I love waking up and seeing her face every day and hearing her voice. I love the way that she is with Dinor and Cricket, and I love the way that she looks at me and the way that she treats me, the way that she's kind to me always, even if I maybe don't deserve it. And I was like, I have to. Like to me, it was really clear in my head that if she would have me, that I should marry her. No, yeah, I'm fine, Daniel. We're good, bro. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still doing it, you know, having a great time. My life is doing all right. You know, I'm okay. Yeah, it's good to see you again. I like having a reunion with an old fan. It's always good. Hmm. You like Bob Dylan? So gather round, people, wherever you roam, and know that your lives are on. And when it starts raining, you'll be drenched to the bone. Your lives are all out there saving, but you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. 'Cause the times they are a changing. I do like some Bob Dylan. I like Bobby D. All the way you talk about how much you love her. I'm a sucker for romance. That's beautiful, man. That's a precious gift to love someone. I would fucking do anything for her. If she asked me to pull my own head off, I'd try. You know, I mean, she's got me wrapped, and she has my loyalty for fucking ever. I will never ever do wrong by her if I can help it. You know, that doesn't mean forever. I know that. I've been married before, and I've felt this way, maybe similarly before. Man, my life sucks. Like, what the fuck, man? Get out of my face, hair. Ugh. So you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, 'cause the times they are a-changing. Go versus fish was cool. Dude, that was so much fun yesterday. I don't do that often. I was telling him, candidly. I can count on one hand the amount of content people that I've met through this that I've had in my home. It's not something I do lightly. I'm a very private person. I really am. Interestingly enough, for the amount that I stream, my home is my home. But it was so fucking fun. His friend was great. Trevor, the Viking. Just great guys, and now we've set it up to where it's like, now he knows where I'm at. And when he's up this way, we get together. It's good shit. And to bring out the best creatively in each other based on my limited exposure. It was fun. It was fun working with another podcast guy with the timing and stuff. It was fun. Your family supportive of you marrying your wife? My mom and dad didn't like my last girlfriend. Literally told me you could do better than her. Hurt to hear, but they were right. Yeah, no. I mean, my parents have always been supportive. I'm not a big dater, and so it's not like I've brought tons and tons of partners through their lives. And they were supportive. They were worried because of the age difference, I think. It's just something that I think a lot of people feel the need to bring up to you when you're in that kind of arrangement or whatever. But no, they love her. They adopted her immediately. Now she's their little daughter, and she's got to put up with all that shit. No, my dad and my mom are pretty close together. Well, my dad was a senior in high school and my mom was a freshman, and that's when they met. So, yeah, they got 4 or 5 years between them. You ever brought home someone that your parents were immediately concerned about? No, but once again, I have never, I've told you guys, my body count is 5, I think. So it's not like I'm, I've been in a lot of really long relationships. And I have not done a whole lot of dating, I don't know why people are so hostile towards age gaps. I don't know either. I mean, I guess I kind of get it, because there can be a really bad power dynamic there, I think, where, but, I think those power dynamics are also super apparent when people are in these age gap relationships, and we don't have that problem, right? Amelia is autonomous and very good at all the things that she does, and she handles her own shit. She's her own woman. She doesn't ask me for permission for shit. She does what she wants, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Fucking hair. Oh, fuck me, bro. What is this? Can you get out of my eye? Fucking hairs in my eyes. Ow. What's stuck in there? I got a whole eyelash poking me or something. Get out of there. Okay. Okay. We got it. You write the book. No. The internet seemingly has eroded cultural differences between generations. Maybe. 21 a good age to set in order to be able to consume alcohol and smoke out? Probably, yeah. I'm fine with it. I think it should be uniform across the let's figure out an age. But I think that's in the zone. But you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. 'Cause the times they are a-changing. Gotta pull the top lid down past the bottom and activate that tear response. Oh yeah, that's true. I have long feminine eyelashes. Me too. Women always say that they kill. Yeah, me too. I've heard it my whole life since I was a baby. Like, my eyelashes are almost brushing my glasses. They're long. They're retarded. They're super blondes too. Look at this shit. You can barely see them, but they're fucking like out here. Ow. It's the point of drinking to 21 when you join the military, kill people. Good point. The older the wine, the finer the taste. Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite biopic based on a musical artist? Ooh, that was a good one. I like The Doors pretty good. A lot of people shit on that movie, but I kind of like it. I don't think it's a very good representation, maybe, of what's his name? The main guy, the Doors singer. I don't think it's a very good representation of him necessarily, but I do think it's a good flick. Walk the Line is pretty good, but I don't think it's great. I didn't like Walk the Line as much as a lot of people did. I'd like to stop the line, personally. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Down with a laid desire, I fell into a burning fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Morris, thank you. The True South Korea has a whole horror movie. Yeah, they do, man. There's a couple of good ones. Have you seen The Host or Train to Busan? Those are my two favorite Korean horror movies. The Host and Train to Busan. You should watch both. They're good. You even have a beat, Paul. Knock, knock, knock. I know. How lucky I am. You can hear my heart. It's trying. I have not seen The Last Days yet. Nope. 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 I don't know that I want to. I hate the idea of somebody wiping their ass with Kurt. Kurt is a god and should be treated as such. I woke up this morning with the sun down, shining in. I found my mind in a brown paper bag, and then I tripped on a cloud and fell 8 miles high. I drove my mind on a jagged sky. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in. Bum, 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 bum. Someone painted April Fools on a big black letters and on a dead end sign. I put my foot on the gas and I left the road and blew out my mind. 8 miles out of Memphis and I got no spare. 8 miles straight up downtown somewhere. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. I've been to the town Kurt Cobain was raised in. I was there a couple weeks ago. Yeah, right there on the muddy banks of the Wishkah, in the little logging town known as Aberdeen. You can sing that good, Danny. I'm not a good singer. I could just carry a tune. You could sing that good. You just got practice. I'm just in a singing mood. Underneath the bridge. No, I did not go underneath the bridge. Trust me, I'm awful. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have so many strong reservations. Bum, bum, bum. Do I go and perform mutilations? Feed me. I sing and play bass in my band. Nice. It got easier for me when I started approaching vocals as if they were their own instrument. They are. I feel like you've been singing a lot more. Have I? I think I sing a lot, though, don't I? I was prone to sing a song, right? Maybe I've been singing more. I don't know. I trust you guys more than I trust me. I don't know what I've been up to. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition is in. Cracking is good, though. Like, you know who had a real crackly, broken voice is Cat Stevens. He had a very smooth voice, but when it got up or he got harsh, he'd have a little riding on the peace train. Peace train, take this country, make it whole again. Riding on the peace train. Find yourself singing less when you get depressed? I don't know. Do you find yourself singing? Yeah, I just answered that. I think you're in just too good a mood. You were really happy yesterday. I was, yeah. I've been really happy, generally speaking, all week. Not like over the moon, but I felt a stability, like a mental, mental and physical stability this week that has really helped me be productive. Yeah. Kyle Kalinske just posted a video about how Republicans are shutting down Congress to prevent the Epstein files from being released. That sounds about right, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked is the job market? I don't know, man, because I'm my own boss and I have been for a decade. I ain't been on the market in 10 years. That's way long, man. That's too long for me to give you any advice, really, on the job market. I think there would be major consequences. There's a reckoning coming. I talked about it yesterday. There's a reckoning coming, man. These sick fucks, they've been doing this shit behind closed doors, but now we live in the digital age. Now we live in the internet age. This shit is going to come out. We're going to find out who's diddling. We're going to find these people. Who's diddling? Who amongst the powerful are diddling? Shipping children across state lines and out of country and shit to diddle. Who's doing it? And it sounds like it's a lot of motherfuckers, a lot of real powerful motherfuckers. I'm telling you guys right now, might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might not be this year or next year. There's a reckoning coming. They've sowed the wind, as the Bible says. They've sowed the wind, and they are getting ready to reap the whirlwind. And you reap what you sow. There's a reckoning coming. We're talking entertainment industry. We're talking tech industry. We're talking big corporations. We're talking governments, royalty, presidencies, prime ministers, actors, lawyers. All these powerful, rich motherfuckers have been diddling. They have been diddling. And there's a reckoning coming. These people are providing cover for each other. That documentary I watched the other day made me sick to my fucking stomach and heart. Made me disgusted to be a fucking human being. And there's a reckoning coming, man, because people are disgusted. People are sick of this. I think it's possible somebody leaks the list. Bro, that list is so locked up. Any theories on why so many people are pedos? Seems like they're fucking everywhere. I have theories, but it's like one of those things. It's like, do you want to talk about this? I have theories. I think that upwards of 50% of people fantasize about this type of shit. That's my guess. And I think that there's a gradient, right? I think that there are people for which it's just a fantasy. And they're never going to offend. And then I think there are people out there flying children to an island to diddle them. And I think there's a continuum there, right? That's what I think. And I think it's way more fucking people. I think it's way more fucking people. Because it's like, who's going to admit that if true, right? Even if you're like a non-offending person, who's going to say, yeah, I fantasize about that, right? Especially now. So I'm guessing the thing that blew my mind, right? There was a statistic in that show that I was watching that blew my fucking head off. Because I was saying, they were talking about the views that these little girls were getting on YouTube. Millions of views. And they're talking about it, and they're showing the view counts. You know how they do on these Netflix documentaries, showing the view counts go up. And I'm like, do they know that like probably 80% of those views are pedophiles? And then later in the fucking documentary, it goes, oh, we did a study on one of these kid content creators on Instagram, and 96% of people watching that little girl dance, play with her dog, cook food, have her friends over, 96% of her viewership was adult male. That was a gut punch. That's why I gave you the number I gave you. 50% of people. Wild. Wild. Disgusting. Yeah. I don't blame you. I don't fucking blame you. If I had children, you wouldn't even know it. Like, dead ass. If I had kids, the only way you'd find out is if you heard one yelling someday. And I would deny it. Like, I wouldn't even tell the internet I had children, let alone parade them in front of a camera. That Diddy would have gotten worse consequences. He got away with a fucking lot. Look, money can't buy you love, but it can buy you freedom. Dude, if Diddy was a normal guy, he'd be in prison, he'd rot. If he was an average Joe. But he's Diddy. He's got millions and millions of dollars to dump at this. Of course he got off. You know? It's the same, dude. Celebrities get away with shit. Politicians get away with shit that would lock you up forever. Because there's a two-tiered system of justice in this country. Rich and everybody else. Same thing with medical, right? Two-tiered medical health system in this country. Rich and not. And there's probably more people, as you said, fantasize about it, and nothing usually happens, and then you add money. No, you had money, you had anonymity, you had access, right? And you add the ability to create a semi-anonymous community of people who feel the same way, and you've got a problem that's spiraling the fuck out of control. There was this part in the movie that just grossed me out. Oh, God. I don't want to say it, bro, but it's like they were looking at some of the comments on these videos of these little girls and little boys, and the comments, they highlighted one that was like, it's like a candy store. These Insta moms are the greatest because they're just giving it away for free. And I was like, that's so disgusting. It's so disgusting to me. And what's really disgusting is not even really the diddlers and the creeps. It's the mothers that know this shit. They read those comments. They know that there's men out there lusting over their little girls. They just like the money. So gross, yeah, disgusting. That was literally what the comment said. This is like a candy store. These Instagram moms are my favorite thing because they give it all away for free. You don't even have to look at it. You don't even have to go hunting for it anymore because they just give it for free. And I was like, I can't do it. That's the way. I hear it. YouTube blocked comments on kids' videos. Yeah, no, I know. People were timed. It's gross. It's fucking disgusting. The whole thing is disgusting. And I'm telling you, man, I've been feeling it lately. There's a reckoning coming, bro. There's a reckoning coming. It's over. These people have been caught. They thought this Epstein shit was going to go away. It's been years since Epstein didn't kill himself. They thought it was going away, but it's getting worse. It's intensifying because people are sick of this shit. Internet Real ID is coming, but I don't know that as a result of this, I think there's going to be some fucking trials. There's going to be some sacrificial lambs. Epstein wasn't enough. Harvey Weinstein wasn't enough. Cosby wasn't enough. There's going to be some sacrificial lambs. Some of these old, well-known celebrities are going to get fucking thrown out in front to run cover for the other ones. That's what I feel like is coming. I feel like that's going to be the front edge. We're going to hear about somebody who's a well-known figure, businessman, luminary, intellectual, scientist, actor, producer, somebody. And in maybe 2 or 3 somebodies, there's going to be some trials, there's going to be some cancellations, because these people are not going to allow themselves to take the brunt of this. The people that are still doing it and still in power, they're terrified right now. They literally are not sleeping, they're not eating, they're watching the news, they're waiting for their names to pop up in the New York Times. They're waiting for Fox News to run a story about them. And every morning they wake up terrified to look. And it's getting worse. And when you corner a rat will do anything to save itself. And these motherfuckers are going to find some powerful people and throw them under the bus. And they're going to hope that everybody looks the other way after that. I don't think they will, though. I think they're going to fuck up and admit that the powerful are doing this by throwing a few under the bus, and people are going to go, who else? Yeah, it'll be celebrities, maybe some older politicians who are towards the end of their career, maybe an old washed up director or two that's famous but not making anything anymore. It'll be that. They're going to pick a few sacrificial lambs and they're going to roast them in front of everybody. And they're going to hope that everybody goes, okay, pedal problem done. But it's not going to happen. People are going to go, good start. Who's next? So I think that they're going to make the biggest mistake ever by making pariahs out of a couple of people to try and shut us up, because that's what they do. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to work. You can't force it under the rug. He can declare martial law. People, that'll make it worse. You heard of the Streisand effect? The harder you try and remove something that's controversial from the internet, the more viral it goes. Once something happens here, you assume it's clipped and it's forever. So these people are scared shitless. Did I say something off color in an interview? Did I hot mic back in the 80s? Is one of my friends gonna drop the time and get a conscience and put my name out there? Like, every morning these people are terrified of what might be in the news when they wake up. And it's going to get worse. They're cornered now. They're like rats. They thought Epstein was just going to go away when they snuffed him, but it's gotten worse. People are more interested now than they were in the beginning. There are more people calling for these documents now than there were in the beginning when we first got the story. So they're losing control of the narrative, and they're going to do something stupid, and it's going to advance the narrative, not stop it. There's a reckoning coming for these people. I believe in karma. I believe that if there is a God, her name is Karma, and she's a bitch. She never forgets, and she never fails to come through. And I think the sleepless nights that these business people have been having lately, because Epstein's at the top of every news thing, I think that's just part of the punishment to come. I think karma's coming. Karma's already here. And they are desperate. They're rats on a sinking ship. Trump said, enjoy our secret. What secret? What could it be? Oh, there's a reckoning. It's a coming. I hear the train a-coming, coming round the bend. And I ain't seen the sun shining. I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. I feel you, Joanna. I feel you. Do they think that walls can hide you? Even now I'm at your window. I am in the dark beside you, Joanna. I'll steal you, Joanna. I'll steal you. Hunter Biden recently did an unhinged video with the YouTuber Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan. Did you see it? I have not. I have not yet, but I'm interested in it. Johanna is your name? Oh, sorry. I love that song. You'll see some of it later. Ah, yeah. Hey, TJ. We got a little Hunter Biden action tonight. Cool. I don't know if you heard earlier, but I'm feeling really good, man. I know you'd like to hear that, but I'm on a new medication and I feel like I feel like it's kind of helping me a lot. And so hopefully, we get to talk a little bit before the show. I'll share a little bit more with you, but I've had a really great week, man. Super fucking productive. I'm going to send you guys the script. It's not quite done yet. I still have the last movie to flesh out, but I'm going to send you guys the script here when I finish this up because I want you guys to get to take a look at it because I think it's, dude, no kayfabe. I think it's the best thing I ever wrote, and it's not even done yet. But it's like it's almost 20 pages. I was warned that your new medication has turned you into a Karen. I hope not, man. But I don't know what it's turned me into. I feel different, but the same. Um, I just feel like it's easier for me to connect up and listen. Does that make sense? Like I'm not thinking of what I'm going to say next already before you get halfway through a sentence, but that's just been my whole life. But yeah, maybe I am a Karen now. I don't know what I am. But yeah, no, I feel better though, and I'm hoping it's oh, bro, this script is amazing, man. It is so dynamic, and the jokes, like typically, I don't know if you remember when I was writing on the Hellraiser script, and I came to you at one point, and I had the first draft, and I was like, dude, this is dry as an old cat turd, and you were like, well, you just gotta punch it up, you gotta do a polish pass. You were giving me advice, bro. It was flowing natural. Yeah, it's a C for C script. The what the fuck? It's gonna be called "What the Fuck Is Twilight," and well, I think that's what I'm gonna call it. But yeah, it just was like hot lava coming out of me, man. It was crazy, and it's funny and dynamic, and it flows right. And I feel like I'm not gonna need to punch it up. It's like, it's very nice. I think it's gonna be great. Even if it doesn't do as well as I think it could, I'm gonna feel good at the end of it because man, I'm just connected. I've been so disconnected for the last 3-4 years of my life. So disconnected. It's been like pulling teeth to get myself in it. And I feel like this whole week I've been in it again. I've been networking. I've been talking to other creators and like maybe setting up things for the future and for the show. And I've been writing so hard. And um, I'm hoping, I guess, is what I'm saying, is that it is that I'm not seeing positive benefits on my productivity, but then I get negativity with my performance. You know, flow state in writing is like, oh man, it's like hot fire, man. You just can't stop. I would get up, I would force myself to go to bed. And I'd wake up after 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I'd sit straight up in bed, and I'd go straight down and start typing. So I just had this flow thing going, and it really hasn't stopped. I've gotten to the end, and the end is the toughest part for me. But I already have it, structured. I just need to write it. And it's like, for me, that was wild. I thought it was going to be half done, maybe by the end of this week, maybe a quarter done. I really set the bar high for myself to try and get it done this week. And I'm so fucking pleased that I was able to, you know? So cool. Did you tell TJ you don't want to do? No, I haven't talked to them yet. I was telling you guys about that. But I was planning on talking to TJ about that. But yeah, it's just introspection, right? And I'll explain it to TJ real quick, I guess, since you brought it up and he's here. But it's like, the Velma segment, I kind of came to a realization a couple weeks ago. And it isn't just the Velma segment, but I'm using that as an example. It's a masking, like a hyper masculine masking thing that I do that I don't really feel, and I don't want to do it anymore. That's all. Nausea. Sorry, guys. Gross. Ginger. Ginger candy is the only thing that I've found that helps this. I'm glad because they were getting hard to find. Well, not only that, but it's just like, it's a masking thing that I did when I was young. I learned it from other men and my dad, I think, that, you know, that's the way that you underline how straight you are as you go, look at those tits. Look at that big, jiggly, fat ass. And it's not like I don't appreciate those things. I wasn't faking that. But I'm usually not the type of guy that's going to take it there and live in that wolf whistle space. You guys have never seen me wolf whistle a woman. You've known me for real life. Like you guys, I mean you and your brother. That's not what I do, you know? And it's like, I came to a realization a couple weeks ago. I was like, it's not just the Velma segment. It's everything. You know, when TJ, and I know TJ has a genuine appreciation from that. I'm not criticizing the wolf whistle mentality. I think it's funny, but it isn't me. Do you know what I mean? In a way, maybe Matt Blank. Subconsciously, though, it's a coping mechanism that I developed when I was young to make sure that everybody knew just how fucking laser straight I was. And I've been out as a bi guy since I was 38. I'm 45, and I'm still using this coping mechanism for some reason. You know, for the content? No, not really. It's for the cope. You still like Coctopus Prime? I remember Coctopus Prime. I liked him back in the day, but I haven't heard a fucking word from him in years. Well, I like Coctopus Prime. Yeah, I'd talk to that dude. I don't know. Maybe he hates my guts now, though. A lot of people fucking cope tent. Yeah, no, it really was, though. It really was. You know, it was subconscious. It was like, this is what you do when you see a big fat ass. Ooh, yeah, let's get in that big ass. No, this is not me. I don't experience sexuality in that way, if that makes sense. And like me acting that way is just against type for me. And I don't want to have to do that anymore. So I'm not gonna, you know, it's just a personal choice, you know. It's not that I won't joke about it or comment on it when I want, but I don't feel the need to like do that thing anymore. It's not me. And it's a barrier between me being myself and all of that, and maybe even a barrier to my performance because it forces me into a reaction that I don't have. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What made you realize you were bi? When I was 6 years old, I had a friend who was at that time a boy. This person is now a trans woman, but at the time was a boy. And they were my first little boyfriend, I guess. You know, children that age, there's not, you don't understand the portent, right? But we did things together through a lot of my childhood that were, you know, not things that little boys are supposed to do together according to, you know, morality and the 80s, right? So, I've known forever, right? As long as I've been aware of sexuality, even nascent sexuality, I've been attracted to men and women. And I knew it all the way through my childhood, and I knew it all the way through my teen years and my adulthood. And only now am I coming to terms with some of the mechanisms that I developed in order to hide that very, very fundamental fact about myself. Ozzy just died? No, dude, don't say that. Don't say Ozzy died. He just did his fucking show. He didn't die. DJ, that's not funny. That's a troll. That's a troll, man. It's not on my news app. It's not on my news app. He did? I don't see it. It's not coming up on the news. It must have just happened. Date, no. Past day. TMZ? Oh. Man. He looked so good. I mean, like, you could tell he was sick, but he looked so happy up on that stage. Man. Dude. That's awful. He was so good. He was so fun, and he was so genuine. And the world is a poorer place today. Man, I guess he was old, and he had a great life. He made big impacts. But man, no more Ozzy? Never again an Ozzy. Never again. There will never be another Ozzy. That's the thing that's most sad, right? Is that we got him. He was here. He came. He saw. He conquered. And now he's gone. Man, that sucks. That's what we're hearing, Nick. That he passed, and it was real hot off the presses shit. That's what we're hearing, is that Ozzy's dead. Poor Sharon, I know. Poor the kids too. All those kids. You know they loved him. Man. Jack and Kelly and the other kids. Sucks. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a sad thing, though. It's a sad thing to learn in the middle of a stream. Fuck. Well, sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. I don't know. That just, man, that smacked me in the face, kind of fucking dunked me a little bit. Sucks. Poor Ozzy. Well, no, you know what? He went out the way he would wanted to have gone out. He did that big concert. He got to go up there one last time and do it. He went out the way he probably would have wanted to go. So good for him on that. But man, that's fucked up. It sucks. Yeah, I think you can probably guarantee we're going to talk a little bit about Ozzy tonight. I still got to process it. I don't even know how I feel. I know I feel awful. I know it feels horrible. It feels sickening, but I don't know how I feel yet. I'm happy for him a little bit almost that he got to go out the way he wanted. And I'm happy for him that he got to live such a full and happy life that he did. And such a cool life too, man. And I'm happy that his pain and his struggles are over. But I'm so sad too. Isn't that death? That's death, isn't it? I'm surprised he lived as long as he did, though. So sad. He really fucking sucks. Who doesn't love Ozzy? I mean, he's just really one hell of a person. Left one badass legacy. Yeah, he did, man. He left his mark. He left all those crazy kids and all that family and all that music. And the show, you know, a lot of people only know Ozzy from the Osbournes. But that show touched a lot of lives, too. It was just such a fun, warm, family little show. Quirky. Huh. He was just you know, it's one of those things, man. You knew Ozzy was out there, you know. He knew he was out there, and now he's not out there anymore. And that's sad. That's sad. It was the worst I've felt since shit, I don't know, man. Maybe Doom? Maybe MF Doom hit me like this? Shitty. I wonder if he didn't push himself so hard for his farewell show, would he still be here? Yeah, but that question, the answer to that doesn't matter, because if he wanted to push himself one last time and get that one last time before he died, then he succeeded. And if it was between him slowly but surely wasting away and never getting to do what he actually loved one last time, and doing it one last time and pushing himself too hard and dying a little quicker, I think I know which one Ozzy would have chose if he'd been able to know. So I don't feel bad for that. I don't feel bad for that. I think he did it the way he wanted to. But yeah. 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 It was a legendary way to go. Yes. It was the most Ozzy way to go. Ozzy finds out he's dying, doesn't have much time, and instead of just going into hospice and letting the last of his energy drain out, he puts the last of his energy on the stage where he loved to be. That's a respectable, that's beyond respectable, that's admirable. A reminder to fucking live the way you love to live. Yeah. Do what you love, because the clock's ticking, man. Tomorrow ain't promised. That's what death reminds me of these days. Fuck, man. I better do it. Whatever it is, I better do it, man. Because I will regret not doing it. Whatever it is, I will regret that if I get the chance to at the end of my life. So I don't want that. I want to go out like Ozzy if I can. I want to leave it all on the stage. I want to put it all out there and do my big last thing, and then I'm gone, man. And I want people to remember me that way. And so I'm actually in awe of Ozzy for that. As a, and I'm not anywhere near him, but as a performer, as a guy that puts it all out there on the stage, bro, I can't think of a better way to go out. And I hope for myself that I get that opportunity to go out doing what I love. And I love doing this. I do. Whatever this is, I love it. And people ask me all the time, what's your retirement plan, Paul Zigo? And it's called cardiac arrest. Right? Maybe I'll have to stop. Maybe my voice will go, But before that happens, we're going to have a fucking hootenanny. I'll tell you guys that much. If I get the chance, right? If I don't just croak in my sleep or some shit, if I get the chance, I know it's coming. I know it's coming for me. And you guys are still with me at that time, you guys are going to get a fucking hootenanny. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to come and do it one last time, and it's going to be great. And it'll be a good goodbye. And that'll be my goodbye. That is what I want. And that's always what I've wanted. I don't think I'll be remembered either, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not about being remembered. It's about doing it, using this opportunity, this amazing opportunity that is life, to do it. Whatever it is, do it. Do it. And that's how I feel. That's how I felt for a long time. And if I'm going to take any positivity away from Ozzy passing today, that's going to be the positivity that I take. That'll be it. That is a lesson, right? For a creative, for a performer, for a man of the people, for somebody that loves what he does. He could have just laid in that hospice bed and died in a couple weeks from now. But he decided to get that last little bit that he had and put it all out there, man. I will, if I get the opportunity, be that way. Whatever it is, whatever I'm doing at that point in my life, I will do it big. I will do it better than I've ever done it. And then I will leave. I will leave people with that. Bullshit, you won't be remembered. Well, you know what I mean. I'm not going to be studied. You know, my legacy will be, the legacy of all the people that have died that I never knew their names. It'll be ashes. It'll be a headstone or a plaque somewhere, or a jar of ashes somewhere, right? I'm fine with that. I don't want that. I don't, I would be completely self-centered to want this world of 8 billion people to remember this one man, me. I don't care about that. I just want to do what I do, and I want to do it all the way, and I want to go out doing it if I can. That's all. And I take that from Ozzy, because I think he would have wanted me to take that more than just sadness and loss and grief that his presence or whatever is not around anymore. I don't think Ozzy would want me to sit here and twiddle my thumbs about that and be sad about all of it. I think he would want me to see how he went and be happy for him, maybe even that he went. And so I'm going to try and do that. It's hard, but I'm going to try and do that to the best that I can, because I think that I think that's what he would want. I think that's how he tried to go out. I think he went out that way, not just for himself, but for his fans, so they could see him one last time and know that he loved what he did. And it was a big thing for him. It was his life. And so that's what I'm going to try and take from Ozzy. If I can take anything from him, is that, man, just fucking go all the way with it. Whatever you got, put it on the table, leave it all on the stage, and just go home. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way of looking at it. And if I can hold on to that mentality, maybe I won't be so sad. Not to be morbid, do you want to be cremated? I don't care, man. I've told my wife what I want, but I also know that I won't be here to care. So whatever's easiest for her is kind of what I've told her. But, I've made my wishes known to her. She'll probably have to fucking go through that, which sucks. I wish I was her age, or that she was mine. God damn you, Ozzy. Fuck you, get me all emotional and shit. Stop. Ugh. Fucking Ozzy. But, she's strong. She'll be okay. God damn it. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh. Fuck. God damn it. Fucking shit. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. I'm sorry. It's so fucking cringe. I'm sorry. It's very cringe. It's very stupid. It's overshare. It's fucking goddamn retarded. Fuck. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I know you don't come here for that. I try and be a bright spot. Because, fuck, man. I don't like doing that. Mm. 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 Fuck. Yeah. Well, rest in peace, Aussie, I guess. I did love him the best I could, you know, like as an artist and stuff. And rest in peace to him. And his poor family. Mm. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get out. I was trying. But yeah. Rest in peace and to his family. I hope they're okay. Parasocial or whatever. Mm. Anyways, is what it is, right? That's a life. That's a human life. Beautiful. And gut-wrenching. And they're all that way. They're all that way. Mm. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Somebody's singing. He lived it up. Yeah. Mm. Fuck. Stop leaking, man. We're done. Stop leaking. I just had to clean tears off my glasses already. Let's go. Let's be done. You got it out. You got it out. Let's be done. Oof. Man, that's a gut punch there. That hit me. Mmm. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Hit me like a ton of bricks. No, I'm done, man. I'm good. Oh, yeah. Not what I signed up for today. But is what it is, you know? Fuck, what are we supposed to do? No more tears. Yeah, right? Take Ozzy's advice, man. What can you do? What are you supposed to do? And how are you supposed to be? Them's the questions, right? Mm. Man, oh man, what a life. What a world. What a beautiful, tragic little world we all have. Mm. What a fucking epic honor it is to be here. Not just to be me in front of you guys and get to do what I want to do, but just to be here and to see it, to listen to it. Man, what an honor, you know. I put my dinner. Your dinner? It's too early for dinner. I don't care. I mean, you do what you want. I won't promise I'll laugh if it's a shitty joke. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, to be and to feel and to experience it. What a privilege. What a pleasure. What a rare opportunity. You know, it makes me think about my life a little bit. You know, I don't much. I'm a guy that used to think about my past a lot. I don't much anymore. I think about my future. I think about my present. But it makes me a little wistful. I've done a lot in my life and I've been through it. But you know what? God damn, has it been a pleasure and an honor and a rare privilege to pilot a body through this fucking craziness and to pilot a mind through this craziness too. Whoa, what suffering I've had and what joy, you know? And I know that Ozzy was the same way. He had his demons, you know? But yeah, what an honor. What an honor it is to be here and to do what you love, whatever that is. What a fucking privilege. I'm so thankful. Thankful for yesterday. It was so fun. New friends. Thankful for my life and my wife and my existence and all of that. And even more so today in the face of watching a man that I really admired make his exit. What a privilege it was. What a privilege it is. It is. That's the truth. Mm. That's beyond a gift. It's beyond a gift. A gift is transient and it's beyond a gift. Anyway, I think I'm going to go chill for a bit before the show. I've got to pull some news stories for TJ and get them sent over. If he needs a few, I'll try and find a few that aren't obviously the big stories, send them over that way. And hope you guys will make it to Onion Nuggets tonight. I hope it won't be a big sad fest. I don't think it will be. It usually is not. We're definitely going to have, talk a little bit more about Ozzy, talk about the news, and hopefully make you guys laugh a little bit in this friendly world. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.